Coming up next, three-time U.S. national champion Michael Weiss.
It's very special to see the bonds that you create with the different skaters, because we are from all completely different backgrounds. You know, some people started at 3 years old and, you know, ice rinks in Russia or ice rinks in Japan or ice rinks in Italy and France and all over the world. And to all come together and have one common goal, which is, you know, to win an Olympic medal or a world medal, or, you know, to skate for your country and represent your country. And now that we're all done our competitive career, it's fun to sit around and hear the stories and the things that those athletes went through growing up in the countries and situations they did, and the things we experienced as well. But through it all, we all maintain a, you know, a very good friendship and a great respect for each other's ability.
Michael Weiss and I have traveled on so many tours together and become really good friends. And last year he sent me a picture of when he first met me, and he was only this tall. I had no idea there was such a difference in our age. But since then he's grown up, become a national champion, and continues to grow as a professional skater. Years ago, Jason Dungeon called me and asked if he could come practice with us while his wife Yuka performed in the show. And I said, well, why don't you just perform in the show with Yuka? And so he did. And that was their first ever televised performance as a pair team. Jason hasn't missed a show since.
Happy New Year from Yuka and I.
明けましておめでとうございます。今年も一年良い年でありますように。
Cheers from Pink Truck.
Here's today's Aflac trivia question. How many countries are represented by the performers in today's show? A, 3, B, 4, C, 5, D, 6. Nestled against the Rocky Mountains just an hour north of Denver is the town of Fort Collins, Colorado.
Welcome to Fort Collins. Fort Collins combines a superb recreational environment and a high-tech economy with Colorado State University, our historic Old Town District, and the Cluter River. That's why Money Magazine named Fort Collins America's best place to live.
This week, the skaters shopped and dined in Old Town. They warmed up with a cup of hot chocolate at a local cafe. One of the many highlights of this Rocky Mountain town is the outdoor beauty surrounding it. On the plains just north of town, Budweiser trains its beautiful Clydesdale horses. Stephen Cousins checked out Colorado State University and its famous oval.
I love it. I love this place.
Fort Collins is also the cultural center of the area. It's known for its local music, theater, cultural scenes, and galleries featuring local artists. For more information, check out the Fort Collins website. This is Amber Corwin's first year as a professional. She went from being a veteran in amateur skating to a rookie in the professional world. So please join me as we welcome a new face to the show. Stephen Cousins is the class clown. I can't tell you how many stories I have, but rule number 1 is never turn your head in rehearsals, because you never know when you're going to get hit in the back of the head with a snowball, as our television director found out today. With Stephen, you can always expect the unexpected.
Have a safe and happy New Year.
Bringing in the new year with Pink Truck.
In our Aflac trivia question, how many countries are represented by the performers in today's show? The answer is D6, US, Canada, Russia, Great Britain, Japan, and Ireland. Andre and Elena together have been in my show for 6 years. But one year, Andre made a solo appearance when Elena was pregnant with their daughter. So here they are together again. They are always a show highlight. Hi, I'm Brian Boitano. I spend a lot of time on the road, so when I'm home, I really like to prepare some great tasting recipes. One of my favorite appetizers is the Italian bread dip. All I do is take olive oil, a little Parmesan cheese, and a few twists of these flavorful grinders. Perfect. For more great tasting recipes, visit the McCormick website. Olympic champions Jamie Soleil and David Peltier take the ice next.
For the last 5 years, we've been traveling a lot around the world and meeting a lot of different people, getting to know a lot of different skaters from different culture. And even though we've had a different, we were brought up differently. We all want the same thing. You know, we're all looking for happiness. We're all looking to become better people every day. And we learn from everybody else. I learned from Jamie, I learned from Yuka, I learned from anybody from anywhere else. And we all want to be the best people we can be. So it doesn't really matter where you're from, you know. The Earth, in the big picture, is a very small place.
They were always together for dinner. And we both agree that it's super important that a family does sit down together because we both did that. And it is a special bonding time for the family.
Research shows that children of families that eat together are more successful in school, feel better about their families, and overall are happier in their lives.
I think when we sit down and actually have dinner together, we talk about non-skating issues. And it's a different kind of bonding for us, but I enjoy cooking, and he enjoys eating it, I think.
My production company, White Canvas, has always been about giving opportunity to fresh, new talent. I remember watching Ryan Yonke when I was commentating for amateur competitions, and I remember thinking, when this guy turns professional, I want to have him in my show. So here he is for his professional debut. Welcome, Ryan.
Tatiana has greatly changed my life for the better, both my life and my skating, and our whole engagement had a Cinderella theme to it. So I chose to skate to the music from the Cinderella Ballet in 2003 after our proposal.
This was my first nationals. Watching him go out there and skate, amazing. I was blown away. I love supporting Ryan. I think it's one of the most important things that I've done in my life.
Celtic Woman performs next with some of our skaters, and then I'll take the ice. These youngsters flew to Loveland to meet some of the cast members, watch the show, and explore Colorado. During rehearsals for the show, the performers took time out to help young skaters take their first steps on the ice.
Good.
That's easier, huh? Each young skater is a patient at the Aflac Cancer Center and Blood Disorders Service in Atlanta.
Arms in front, okay? And really bend. And push. That was better? That was good.
First time on the arm.
Superstar.
Yeah, you should go to the ice cream mall.
With the continued support of Aflac, the Cancer Center has become one of the largest childhood cancer and blood disorder centers in the country.
That's awesome. Really good.
The only way to explain Yuka is that she's a breath of fresh air. She makes everybody laugh. She always says out loud what everyone else is thinking. And her skating is just like her personality. Open, honest, and beautiful.
At Paul Mitchell, we believe that it's every company and person's duty to give back to their city, their state, their country, and the world to make it a better place to live. If we have the opportunity to have any kind of success in this world, and Brian here is a great example, a gold medalist, a very big philanthropist, and in San Francisco, he gives back too. Brian, what do you give?
You know, we work with the school district. It's called Youth Skate, and I started it to introduce inner city youths to figure skating, another way to sort of keep them off the street. We bring in a different school each month, and they run from kids, you know, very young ages to seniors in high school, and we have a staff of coaches, basically like this, that teach them all different levels of figure skating. They're invited back. We give them a lunch, and we just want them to have another option, you know, to stay off the streets.
And you give personally of yourself to do this as well as your school.
Absolutely, and like we talked about, it's so nice to be able to use the tools that you've learned in your life to help other people.
Oh yes, and here we're at the Robert Cromine Salon. We have a dozen kids from the inner city here from the YWCA. They're the Power Up Girls. We're giving them total makeovers to make them feel great for the holiday season.
That's great, you do a wonderful thing.
You know, what a great way to start the new year out than to give back on this planet. Whenever you give to somebody else and you never ask anything in return, it makes you high as a kite.
Today, the cameramen were wearing my What Would Brian Boitano Do t-shirts in support of my charity Youth Skate, which introduces inner city kids to skating. 100% of the proceeds go to Youth Skate. So go to my website to get your t-shirt and find out more about my Youth Skate program. The pairs take the ice when we come back.
Pair skating. The powerful combination of athleticism and artistry and the unison of two people hand in hand skating together as one. Many of you don't know this, but the couples in our show tonight have a lot more in common than just their partnership on the ice. They are all married to one another. And you married couples in the audience think that you have it tough sometimes, huh? Tonight we have the unique opportunity of watching all three perform together as real-life partners and companions.
На здоровье, с Новым годом!
Happy New Year and all the best next year from Pink Truck.
Two-time world medalist Michael Weiss rocks on when we return. Then it's Elena Leonova and Andrei Kavalko.
Hall's Cough Drops has created the Hall's Heroes Contest in order to recognize people who are making a big difference in their community. And I'm here with one of the contest winners, Colorado's Kim Stewart, who started Joseph's Journey in the organization. Could you tell us a little bit about how it began?
6 years ago, my son was diagnosed with leukemia, and he passed away. And I started the organization in his name, and we provide outdoor experiences for kids who are terminally ill or who have life-threatening illnesses to do anything in the outdoors they want.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Wishing you a happy new year from Pink Truck Life.
Olympic champions Jamie Soleil and David Peltier perform, and then I'll skate to Frank Sinatra when we come back. Jamie and David told me in rehearsals that they have never closed a show in their home country of Canada, which is pretty amazing for being Olympic champions. But it's an honor that they richly deserve, and I am proud to have them close my show for the second year in a row.